Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and a very happy new year to you all. I'm sending you lots of love from where I am and I hope you guys make the best of the year. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a reversible satin bonnet, and it's one of those ones that don't require an elastic band, so it has the head wrap style going on. And for that, you'll need your tailor's chalk, you need your measuring tape, you need a pair of fabric scissors, and you'll need two different fabrics. So I've got a yard of two different satin fabrics here. However, you can decide to use a satin fabric and an Ankara fabric depending on what you want. You'd also need some pins. Alright guys, so we'll be starting with the tilgering fabric, and as you can see, it measures about 34 inches, so that's 2 inches short of a yard. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start off by folding it into two as shown, and then folding it over so that you folded it into a total of 4 times. So guys, from this 1 yard, I can actually get 2 circles and make a full satin bonnet. However, because I want to use different colors, I would just cut out 1 circle from this color and then 1 circle from the second color. So starting from the apex, go ahead and place your measuring tape at the apex and mark 10 to 13 inches all around, depending on how large you want your satin bonnet. So because I want my satin bonnet like pretty large, I marked about 13 inches starting from the apex all around. At the end of the day guys, you have to remember that you must keep your measuring tape at the apex. After marking all the points, go ahead and cut along the marked lines as shown. After cutting out the first fabric, fold the second color as shown and then cut out the exact same thing using the first cutout as a template. So you basically want to place the first one on the second one while folded, pin it in place if you feel the need to pin, and then cut the exact same thing that you have. Open up the pieces to reveal 2 full circles. Place the pieces on each other so that the right sides are facing each other. So for me, I'm placing the gold one on the table first and then putting the teal green, and I make sure that the right sides of the gold and the teal green are facing each other. That means the wrong side of the teal green is facing me and the wrong side of the gold one is facing the table. To ensure this satin bonnets fit nicely, we'll need to make a slit. So go ahead and hold the pieces together with pins at the bottom. And then starting from one end, any end you want actually, go ahead and mark 4 inches vertically from one end of the circumference and then draw a straight line to that 4 inches point as shown. Mark ½ an inch to the left and the right sides of the straight line and then connect it back to the top so that it forms a triangle. Afterwards, go ahead and sew along the triangle as shown. Alright guys, so after sewing, this is what it looks like, and if you're wondering why I have like the perfect color, what I did was that I put my gold thread in the bobbin case and then I put my teal green thread on my spool pin. So when I was sewing, I made sure that the green part rather was on the top and then obviously the gold part at the bottom. After sewing the triangle, go ahead and cut off all the excess fabric within the triangle. You want to make sure to cut out the fabric so that all the bulk is removed and the slit can sit nicely. After doing that, flip the circle over to the right side and go ahead and snip if you feel the need to snip. So I felt the need to snip a little bit and I went ahead to do that, and I was careful not to cut through the thread. Afterwards, you should have your slit that looks like this. Iron it flat so that it looks like this. Sew the pieces together on the right side as shown. Afterwards, go ahead and notch the center of the circle. The center of the circle is the part that is located directly opposite the slit. After notching the circle, put the circle aside. It's now time to work on the band. For the band, cut out 2 strips of fabric that measure 3 inches in width and at least 75 inches in length. You want to make sure to cut out 1 strip from one color and then the other strip from the other color. After cutting up mine at 60 inches, I found out that it was too short, and that's why I tell you to do at least 75 inches so that you have like the leeway to wrap it around. Fold the strips into two so that it's a manageable size, and then even out the edges and cut out a slant as shown. To cut out a slant, I would advise that you measure about 2.5 to 3 inches at the top and then draw a diagonal line to the other end as shown. Open up the strips and sew at the top as shown. Ensure the right sides of the strips are facing each other. After sewing, it should look like this. Go ahead and iron it flat. Fold the strips over and then notch the center. After notching the center, you need the head circumference measurement, and for most people, I usually use a measurement of 22 inches to 23 inches. Mark half the head circumference measurement from the notched side up onto the left and to the right. You also want to repeat this on the other side or the reverse side of the fabric. So that is, from the notch side, you want to mark half the head circumference measurement to the left and then to the right, and then you want to repeat that on the reverse side of the fabric. Afterwards, go ahead and pin the center of the strip to the center of the circle. Remember that the center of the circle already has a notch. You also want to make sure that the right sides of the fabric are facing each other, and then you want to make sure that the colors are matching. After pinning the center of the strip to the center of the circle, go ahead and pin the end of one slit to the mark on the strip. So that's the mark that indicates half of the head circumference as shown. And then you want to repeat that on the other side. Afterwards, go ahead and pleat the excess of the circle onto the strip as shown. Repeat the pleats on the other side as well. Sew the pleats in place, making sure to only sew to one side of the strip as shown. Go ahead and sew the end of the strip or the end of the band close. So you basically want to sew the slant area, and then you want to sew up until the point where you marked half the head circumference measurement. That is where the pleat starts. So you basically want to sew as shown. After sewing the band or the strips on both sides, this is what it looks like. So the next thing is to trim off all the excess around the corners, and this is so that you have like sharp corners when you turn it inside out or right side out. After trimming out the corners, go ahead and turn it with a loop turner, but in my case, because I don't have a loop turner, I made use of a screwdriver, and I just turned, the band or the strip inside out or the right side out. After turning the band or the belt inside out, the next thing to do is to top stitch the band close, and you basically want to fold it over, hold it in place with some pins, and then after arranging everything, you want to go ahead and sew it in place. Alright guys, so after sewing, this is what the bonnet should look like, and at this point your bonnet is now ready to be worn. And as you can see, I didn't use any elastic. All you need to do is just tie it around your head, and then it fits nicely. And like I said, I made a huge size. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope it was worth your while. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to leave your comments, suggestions and feedback in the comment section. I love to read from you guys. If you've not subscribed, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching this video guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.